Let us find out the Kushinagar and Buddhism. Due to the Mahaparinirvana of the Buddha at Kushinagar, this place emerged as one of the most sacred places among Buddhist followers. To venerate the memory of Buddha, Malla already erected a stupa. This place remained active in the Buddhist Sangha and monks often visited here. Subsequently, political condition in northern India changes the scenario of ancient India, and the small republic of Malla was defeated by the bigger Magad. Successively, the territory of Malla come under the control of Patliputra. Afterwards, Ashok, being a follower of Buddhism, visited this highly significant pilgrimage place. According to the Chinese traveller Hien Sang, Ashok constructed a stupa and erected stone pillars at Kushinagar. However, in the archaeological records, no Ashokan pillars was reported, though a few structures with Mauryan bricks though indicate the construction activities of Mauryan period. In the Gupta period, this place remained active, and a person named Hariwala repaired the earlier Buddhist structures and donated the huge image of Buddha in Mahaparinirvana pose. This image was datable to the Kumaragupta era of the Gupta dynasty. After the decline of Gupta empire, this pilgrimage place remained active, but no major construction activity is observed in this area. The remains of colossal image of Buddha with Kalchuri period and its inscription indicates Kushinagar remained active till the 10th 11th century. Afterwards, due to the decline of Buddhism in India, this site lost its identity and its remains were buried under the piles of earth. Kushinagar through the eyes of Chinese travellers. Three prominent Chinese travellers visited India to understand the original Buddhist scriptures and to visit the Buddhist sites in India. The Fahian was the first among who visited North India during the Gupta period. He roamed around important Buddhist pilgrimage sites in North India from 399 CE to 414 CE. In his quest, he also visited the Mahaparinirvana place at Kushinagar. He observed Buddhist structural remains in the form of stupa and monasteries. He also saw the people living at Kushinagar and worshipping the Buddhist religious structures, though the population was limited. 200 years after the Fahian, another celebrated Chinese traveller known as a Hien Sang, who visited during 620 to 644 CE. He, while visiting this place, he gave us a very elucidate picture of the condition of Kushinagar. By the time of his visit, Kushinagar town was in ruins and deserted. He reported the Gupta period image of Buddha in Mahaparinirvana pose and saw a stupa near built by King Ashok. He also reported several stupas in different localities, probably at the place where Subhadra died, a spot of relic distribution where the Buddha was cremated, and the other places related to the Buddha. 28 years after the travel of Hien Sang, another Chinese traveller known as a Is Singh visited India during 672 to 695 CE. His main aim was to study and understand the Buddhist scripture and translate them into Chinese. He mostly stayed at the Nalanda University, Bihar, nonetheless paid a visit to Kushinagar. He did not provide much information about the condition of Kushinagar. However, his mention of Kushinagar is the last known textual reference of the site. Rediscovery of Kushinagar. Over the time, the ancient remains of Kushinagar were buried under the earth and the site was lost its original identity. The name of Kushinagar converted to Kesia, and people were completely unaware about the significance of the site. The first report of archaeological remains at the Kesia was made by the British surveyor Buchanan in 1838. Wilson in 1858 proposed the identification of modern Kesia with ancient Kushinagar. However, the true identity of the site was marked by Sir Alexander Cunningham on the basis of Chinese travelogue. He surveyed the area and visited the ancient remains known as a Matha Kaur Ka Kot, Ramabhar Mound and other structures. The first excavation at the site was conducted by A.C.L. Carlyle, and he exposed the structural remains. For the first time, he unearthed the remains of the main stupa and the huge reclining Nirvana statue of Buddha. In the 20th century, large scale excavation was carried out by J. Vogel from 1904 to 1907 and Hirananda Shastri from 1910 to 12. This excavation brought to light several structures like a stupa, monasteries, votive stupas, inscriptions, seals, ceilings, copper plates, sculptures and related materials, which conclusively give us an idea about ancient Kushinagar. This evidence undoubtedly proved the modern Kasia was ancient Kushinagar, the very place of Buddha's demise. The structures being associated with the last passage of Buddha's life and its cremation was conducted here. Numerous monuments were constructed in several locations in different periods. Currently, these monuments are called the main sites where the great master attained Mahaparinirvana. Mathakaur shrine and the Ramabhar stupa erected upon the cremation spot. The main site. This is one of the significant areas of Kushinagar where several monuments has been constructed throughout the time. Here the main structures component are the main stupa, Nirvana temple and several motive stupas. The main stupa, this is one of the ancient structure of Kushinagar known as the Nirvana stupa. The stupa was erected upon the raised platform and a strong plinth was constructed at the base. It is one of the highest structure in the area visible over the ground. Carlyle exposed the stupa and unearthed the remains in 1876. The stupa was made of burnt bricks of different shapes and size. Beneath the brick structure, the earlier remains of the stupa were also noticed. The stupa was excavated from the top to see the relics in 1910. About 4.27 meters below the top, a small circular brick chamber was noticed. Inside the chamber, a copper bowl was found containing a copper plate and silver coins of Kumaragupta. The copper plate bear an inscription in Sanskrit text of the Nidana Sutta. It also mentioned the name of stupa as a Nirvana Chaitya donated by one Haribala. Epigraphical evidence and numismatic data prove that this stupa was renovated in the Gupta period and cascade was implanted. The excavation also go nearly 10 meters below the top, matching the surface level, and found the remains of earlier stupa. The earlier stupa was raised upon the charcoal and earth. One of the shrine of this earlier stupa embedded the terracotta images of Buddha, perhaps datable to the Kushana period. To get the original remains, excavation of the stupa further went down, however restricted due to the high water table.